Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Million Mom Movement community. My name is Michelle Ricci, and I have been with the Million Mom Movement for a month. So I'm so excited to actually be leading today. And I just appreciate this community so much. And even though I'm a bit nervous, I know that I'm safe here and that I'm among my community members. And that's why I'm so passionate about the Million Mom Movement. It's a safe place for people to get their health back and also find a community of like-minded people who are really linking arms to shift paradigms and change the world. So I'm joined today by my beautiful council members, Naiva Flore, Carmela Velarde, and Taz Ferrara. So today it's Fierce Friday. Welcome. It's November 25th. This is where we come to as a community of concerned caregivers, moms, dads, aunts, uncles, children, all on a mission to grow this movement of many. And today's topic is giving the gift of health and how appropriate for Green Friday and all the sales that we're going into. And I'm so excited to be breaking down the sample packs. And we were thinking of, talking again about all of the benefits of the different nutrients, but we're shifting gears today and we're going to be talking about how we're going to be using these sample packs in our businesses and give you some tips and tricks. So I think it's really awesome. And we're also going to be giving you some ideas of alternate ways to give this year. So with that, is Carmela here? Or who's doing in the news today? Great. Welcome, Carmela. Carmela's going to bring us in the news. So welcome, Carmela. Great to have you and looking forward to your piece.
Thanks so much, Michelle. Happy Friday, everybody. And happy Green Friday. So we are sharing today an in the news piece that we think is relevant for all of you to just take a look in comparison to what are the other gifts people are thinking about giving through the holidays. Naiva is going to be putting this link into the chat, but I know, like many of you, you're always making that list and seeing what it is that those friends and family members will want that's of value to them, but they may not be gifting themselves. Well, people are spending a ton of money on toxic products like perfumes, like cosmetics, and things that have a lot of chemicals in them as well. Very costly things as well. Something's over $200 here on this list that is from Anthropologie, which is a fairly good brand. Three people I actually really like, and I'm actually wearing them today, but they're quite organic. But this is just a list of what's found when you look at gift giving in general. And what we have is far greater a value, but think about speaking value into these gifts. Like when you're giving them to people, you're thinking of what they might need or what they might want. But what about if they don't know what they need or want? So this is where we want to continue to give gifts that have quality and integrity behind the giving. And that goes along with our pledge to be toxic-free, eco-specific. I have also another screen share in a moment. Are you able to hear me as well?
We're getting some background noise there. Carmela, I don't know if you have earbuds in or not, but it's definitely a little twangy, but we're doing okay, I think. Did I lose you completely? Well, that answers that question. I think we lost her. Okay. Well, for the sake of moving on, it looks like, is that the link to the,
That's the link to the article I shared. It looks like Carmela's back on.
Great. Hi, Carmela, welcome back. Can you hear us?
Okay, now I can unmute. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry for the technical. Yeah, I wanted to share one other article. Only the host can share. Okay, well, there's another one that was about the center of the science and the public interest. Can you pull that one up, Neva? I think that would be a good one to share because we're talking about non-toxic and integrity-filled companies that we want to focus on. But there's a great article that we found that it's a first ever study that reveals the amount of food dyes in brand name foods. And as we're shopping and as the Million Mom movement, we want to always give you ammunition and articles to give to your friends and family to show them how much toxicity there really is out in the world today as we shop. And for us, we know that we have the detoxproject.org that tests for glyphosate, but the average consumer, is going to the supermarkets and really purchasing from these brands that that are from these big conglomerates. That there are many of like the Nestle's who are buying up. There we go. Yeah, this article shows you that the amounts of some foods that exceed the levels that are levels used in many tests of dyes that impact children's behavior. So if you scroll down, a little small for you guys. Many studies have shown that these dyes impair the behavior of children. So we've been talking about this all through Halloween, but let me see. If you scroll down a little bit more, clinical trials have shown that the modest percentage of children are affected. So the FDA allowed it, but now we're petitioning for more because in Europe, they banned these different food dyes and they're pretty much non-existent, these artificial colors. So in the 1970s and 80s, that's when the last study was conducted. And they'd only given children 26 milligrams at that time. But now there are far more greater amounts of milligrams in artificial food dyes because it was allowed. So basically, what's being shown in this article is that the amount of food coloring in these different candies and these different companies are allowing them because it's been so long since the FDA has even done any kind of test or study and on the amounts, and now it's just gone rocket high. So we just want to share this article together with the Million Mom movement for you to share on. All right, Michelle, back to you.
Thanks, Carmela. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot goes into these holidays, and we're all doing the best that we can. So I just appreciate those insights. So we're going to go over the packs. How exciting is it that we actually have an opportunity now, not just to give these packs as gifts, but to also use them in lots of creative ways. So stocking stuffers, you can break up the packs, you can definitely do giveaways at live events. So we're going to go through, and each of us are just going to talk a little bit about some of the ways we might be using some of these packs. So, and drop a 10 in the comments if you are just over the moon with the printing on the packages and how gorgeous these kits look now, and just over the moon about, not having to peel that sticker off, that plastic sticker off anymore. What a gift. I'm super excited. So the first pack that I'm going to talk about is the Power Shake and the Dark Berry. And so we've been going over the Dark Berry a lot, and we all know a lot about the Power Shake. So how I plan on using these definitely is stocking stuffers, sending a little extra gift to some of my clients, but also just with customers, being able to loyal customers. Now I can send a little something to somebody who's been with me for 3 months, 6 months, or even a year on their anniversaries. I'm so excited about that. I'm not just limited to a $20 item like the cherry juice. I actually have something fun that they can try that maybe they haven't tried during their time with me. So that's super exciting. Also, live events, giveaways, or even online giveaways. This is great. Sometimes we'll do a package of Biomedic or something like this, but we can give away a whole sample pack. And so I'm very excited about that. So let's move on to the second And you can see where Naiva is scrolling around. That's okay. Have you looked in your boards yet? Because that's where you'll find it, right? And we're a community supporting you all in your business. And so you can go to boards and follow along with us on your phone if you like. And Naiva is showing you that the Very Berry pack sampler, and that's the one that I talked about. I love that they're giving you the shaker bottle on this pack, and then some of the packs you're going to be hearing about will even come with the blender bottle. So that's amazing because I don't think the blender bottle is available yet to clients. So let's move to Protein Lovers Sample Gift Pack. And who's taking that one away? Or the next
I can talk
pack.
about that.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I love this pack. And in December, I'm actually doing a retreat, right? For, to break generational traumas. Because as we know, as moms, and we have a lot of things that we need to rework and to retrain ourselves, right? So what I'm going to do about this, I ordered 3 of these, okay? And in the bags, I'm going to be giving it away to all of the families. So they get to try it. And I love that it comes with a blender bottle. So what I'm doing every time I have a client who has a success story, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to send you a free blender bottle. And what is something that I do during Christmas, right? Back in the day, this is what I used to do. I used to always give wine bottles to teachers, but now I give the gift of health. So what I've been doing, I've been giving away the apothecary, because the apothecaries are on sale as well. So I buy it in bulk, and to all of the teachers, I give them an apothecary. And isn't that amazing?
Right, so it's a great idea. You don't want to be giving wine to the teachers. You want to give them something that can help them, because teachers have a lot on their hands, right? So you want to give them something that would benefit their health, and it would impact their health a lot. And I really recommend it.
And how about the protein pack? Do you like that as well?
Yes, of course. As myself, as I play a lot of sports, I love having protein, like food protein, with me at all times, and it's really easy to make. I also have my juice bar with me at all times, so I'm making that. And yeah.
And Kiara was mentioning, because of the new packaging, it's geared towards kids, right?
Right.
So it's appealing for you. So now that we're giving it to parents, now the kids can see it, and they're like, you know what? I've been seeing Kiara's using it at school. I want to try it too. So they're seeing it, and they're going to pass it on to their friends and their family. And this is a way that we get to spread the message about health forward. Okay, back to you, Michelle.
Awesome. I love it. Great ideas. And I love having that perspective. It's so important, right? Because we're like, how do we get our kids involved? You're such a great example of that in your family. Okay, the next pack that we're talking about is the Variety Sampler gift pack, which is the full kit and caboodle. Who's going to take that one? Carmela or Naiva, you want to
do it?
talk
I just
about?
forgot to unmute while I'm sharing my screen. Sorry, I was looking for my little thing everywhere. Hey everyone, thank you so much. Yeah, this is really exciting. I mean, I've been with Purium for 8 years, and we've been asking for samples like this for so long. So this is such a game changer. I mean, in the past, I can remember making my own samples and creating my own printed out labels and putting them on there, like my little address labels that I was sticking on there and giving out samples. So this is a total game changer, and such a great way that you can use this. You can use it as gifts that you're just going to drop ship to people that you love, maybe your parents, maybe some, really close relatives, or some of your best friends, your siblings, people like that. You can also purchase this and use it in other ways. Maybe you're going to single them out and give out individual gifts. These are really great because they're tiny and they fit in stockings. So they're really great stocking stuffers. And I love the stocking stuffer idea with the apothecary. And that's also a big space filler, which I always feel like with stockings, they're so big. And if I'm buying other things to put in there, it always seemed like that you need so much to put in the stocking. So in the past, I'd always get the kids like a little stuffed animal and some other like kind of chunky things that would take up space in the stocking. So I didn't have to fill it with sugar. And so I'm really excited about this because not only are they beautiful, they're healthy, but they are also great stocking stuffers. And And on top of that, it's a really great way to just have on hand, like every one of us should have one of these on hands at all times. Like anytime we're going to meet up with anybody or having a healthy happy hour or anything, this is a great way to like have a conversation with somebody. And if they're on the fence, you say, you know what, I'd love to give you a sample and let's catch back up in a few days after you've tried one of the products that will come in the pack that you're thinking about purchasing, right? So you don't have to necessarily give the whole pack away at every occasion, but this is a really great way to just have some samples on hand for, and then again, I think it was Sonia say the other day on a call, for traveling, right? The holidays are coming up. Some of us might have traveled for Thanksgiving. Some of us may be traveling for Christmas. This is a really great way to take everything you love with you without having to make all your own little to-go bags, right? You can just buy a sample pack and have all your favorite flavors to take with you wherever you go. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's a huge opportunity to have samples on hand at all times and to have a pack that we can take anywhere with us traveling too. So I'm totally loving these sample packs. Back to you, Michelle.
Thanks. So awesome. They really are. I definitely got a few of each. There is one more kit. I think it was the second one. Yep, this one here. Carmela, would you like to talk to us about the Performance Sampler gift pack and how you might use it?
Yeah, like the ladies have already shared, I just love the size. And so many of my customers have been talking about how easy it is to travel with and to gift. So if you purchase them for yourself and then you split it up as a gift, that's great. Because most people, they all use these products, but in the toxic form outside. So for instance, Cocoa Hydrate is another form of Gatorade. But I was just telling my partners, actually my team the other day, I had a sweet urge and I was just eating the Cocoa Hydrate just as candy, like as a sweet treat, because it's delicious. And I actually make lollipops and popsicles out of it for my children with Depatha cherry and Cocoa Hydrate. And it's such a great source of electrolytes and minerals. Can't beat this. I'm going to be talking about it later, but this is just a favorite of the whole company. It tastes so delicious. It's passion fruit and guava. Anyone who tries it and you tell them it's a beet drink, they are shocked, because not only do you feel it immediately in your blood, you feel how much energy it provides you. You can tell them that it's an energy drink without the crash and the burn, and it just tastes so good. And the dark berry protein, the power shake, this is such a wonderful combination of products all in one. This is actually one of my very favorites, because the MVP Sport is also my very favorite as well, as of the protein. But then the dark berry, everybody really should sample the dark berry if they've never had it. Many people describe it to be like strawberry quick. So kids love it. And then you talk to them about having MCT oil, lion's mane mushroom, and ginkgo biloba, along with 17 grams of protein, and it tastes this good. It's really why samplers they could be very effective, like Naiva had said. We've been creating our own samples for people at home, but now during the holidays, if you gift it to them and then talk about it, speak to it, and talk about its benefits. If you know the value of it, then when you share it as a gift, please make sure, don't just give a gift and just say, we hope you like it, but educate. And then the coffee protein, because you get to choose from one to the other. I love the coffee, and I don't even drink coffee often, but when I tried this one, the taste of all of these products in total, along with the power shake, of course, it's just a really great sampler for people to try a variety of things for different purposes and uses. And you could choose any one of the coffee shop proteins, as well as the Epigenius, which is so generous to be able to choose. So I hope you guys do choose this as a gift, because for the price point that it is, I think it's about, what is it, $89? Where is it here? Many people have a budget, right? We all work with budget.
I think they're $29 for the Power Shake collagen pack, and then $49 for the second one, and $89 for the third one, and then the variety I think is $109.
Yeah, so when people are looking at budgets, look at what we have here and see what fits, and then you could even break it up and see the cost that way. And yeah, I hope everybody uses these sample packs as gifts.
Okay, and I see some great things in the comments. Go in the comments. Let's give each other some ideas of how we're going to use them. I want to talk a little bit about one of my sideline teams, Laura Guccione. She goes into libraries and police stations and local in her area. So she is granted in a small town, but forming relationships. I know Kim Lindbergh does this too. Vitamin Places, and you can set up a little table and do like a little lunch and learn or a talk or things like that. So I think that these are really excellent ways to introduce the product. And right now, the company is seeing if this is going to work for us and that we enjoy it. So these are the 4 options that are available. They're pretty customized already, broken down in different ways. And then, you can get the variety pack, obviously, and customize your own package for somebody and gift or giveaway. And so right now, we're just taking advantage of it as the way it is. They definitely aren't customizable at this point, but wow. This is amazing what we have to work with. And I'm just in love with this company, their generosity and all the ways that they're thinking to help support us be more successful in getting this nutrition and getting this information out to people. And so I'm not going to rely on it for people to like, oh, can I try a little before I order? Because most of the time I'm in much bigger conversations with my posture, but I am going to use this. I'm going to leverage it and use it to incentivize and also just to gift, give, and give away, because really giving the gift of health is what we're talking about here. And that's the biggest gift. And we're in for the long game with people that we're having relationships with and we're giving these gifts to. So drop an 8 if you loved this segment and these ideas, and always drop in what you think you might do. And if maybe write down an idea that you heard that you are going to try. So with that, let's move over to our call to action. I believe Naiva is going to take this. Oops. Go
actually,
ahead.
can I just, sorry, Michelle, I just wanted to add.
Please.
So yeah, I wanted to add some benefits. Okay. So I was talking about the performance pack, but I didn't really talk about, like, I wanted to give you some ways for you to really honor like what we have here as a Purium tool, which, 93% of Americans report of consuming caffeine. And so we have just released this year, the Coffee Shop Protein Pack. And I kind of wanted to speak to that a little bit because I did send my mom off with 4 bags as a Christmas gift because I converted her from drinking like instant coffee to our Coffee Shop Protein, and she loves it. And I'm so grateful because, she's 75 years old and, we just have a very high quality protein. And I mean, the benefits of protein specifically, it's about oxygenating, being able to digest better, repairing and building muscle, and regulating your energy, especially alkaline energy. So when you're thinking about gift giving, you know that 9 in 10 Americans are drinking caffeine, and 75% are at least having 1 a day. Let's move that market, because what I found when I was researching was the amount of an industry caffeine is. So Americans drink 146 billion cups of coffee per year, and it's an $80 billion industry. So what we're wanting to help you to see is that we have a very alkaline and organic, chemical-free offering catalog. And our Coffee Shop Protein is a really great way, because most people do drink caffeine of some sort, that they can move into our product and thereby alkalizing their pH, but while still getting the benefits of that energy, because our proteins, they're anywhere from 17 to 16 grams per. But you're getting the matcha protein is one of my favorites. I make like the matcha superfood balls. I love them. They're so delicious. I should put them into our recipe section for the Million Moms. But it has 70 milligrams of caffeine. And that's a lot actually to offer. And then the coffee has 25 milligrams of protein, but you're getting 17 grams of protein. So when we're switching people over from this to that, I mean, as health coaches, that's what we would love to support people through the holidays with. Just think about things that people are already buying. And this huge billion-dollar industry, we can move many of those people into our lifestyle, not maybe yet through a full ULT, but start to see our catalog. And it's through the fruits and veggies pack, it's through the coffee shop proteins that we can get more of the really acidic lifestyle livers into a more alkaline state with things that taste delicious and that are very beneficial for them on a cellular level. So I just wanted to add that in because for me, I think that when we can do swaps and then really speak to the benefits of why we're swapping, we have to move some people over who are spending so much money of their hard-earned dollars. Why not give them like benefits and value?
Yeah, thank you so much for adding that, Carmela. And it's super important, you know, and there's so many ways. So if you look in the comments, I would love to actually highlight some voices here in our community and just see how people, what they're excited about, how they might be using this going forward. And also, you know, it's so much more than just the gifts, right? It's the tinsel and the glitter, which, and you know, microplastics, and it's the cards, and it's everything. And so I would love to highlight some voices here. So please raise your hand if you have any alternatives that you would like to share with our community, because we're really supporting each other here in starting to shift this paradigm and help our families make better environmental choices, as well as we move through such a potentially toxic holiday. So great, Kim, I'd love to hear from you. Give me 1 second and get you to unmute.
Great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this because I kind of been waiting for something like this, because I have a couple of opportunities and I wanted to share because you could do the same thing out in your community. One is I have an opportunity, I should say, to be at pickleball tournaments and set up as a vendor. And this would be a great way to, you know, have them taste, try, and depending on where you are in the world, some of these pickleball tournaments, they could have 10,000 people of traffic. So, you know, walking through so I'm really excited about this. Another way is that I'm just partnered with a new fitness center that's opening and coming in and doing happy healthy hours and getting the customers or the clientele there really excited about, you know, how to get, you know, why nutrition is so important, how they can, you know, recover quicker and not have injuries and all of that nutrition can do. And also the last thing is that, what was the other one? Oh, in a health food store. Sometimes you don't think about that area as being an opportunity, but if they have a space where you could, you know, sample and have people as they're coming in and tasting, that's another opportunity that opened up for me. So I'm just loving these variety packs, and I'm just super excited because I plan on using them for all of those opportunities.
That's great, Kim. And you know, oops. And you know, at tournaments, I know my son played soccer competitively, and you know, they have other things there. It's just a matter of contacting the person putting on the program and asking if you can set up a table. Of course, they want hydrating drinks. Of course, they want stuff that's nutritious. And right now it's mostly sports drinks and Gatorade that's set up at those events. And so it's just because people don't know that you could set up at those events. It's just like any other vending. Obviously, you could have your computer there and get people signed up, or take their credit card information and sign them up later and give them a package to go home with, or do little free consultations or recommendations and sample some of the nutrients. And that's great because, you know, who doesn't want our kids at sports events, or even adults at sports events, to have these healthy alternatives? And the only reason it's not there is just because nobody's going there to present it. So great thinking, Kim. I really love this. Anybody else that wants to highlight maybe about the pack, or even just how you wrap gifts differently, or what you do for your tree decorating or gift giving or ornaments or anything really, please raise your hand and we'll bring you off mute.
I wanted to join you real quick, Michelle, because as you mentioned the Christmas tree decorating, when I was at Dave's working this last month, I really wanted him to get a Christmas tree so that I could take a bunch of those little sample packs that were already there. I got to see them early and put them all over the Christmas tree as decorations and have like a whole photo shoot, like a family photo shoot with the Christmas tree and all these colorful sample packs all over it. I thought it would be just like such a fun way to share the gift of health. And so whoever has their Christmas tree up and gets their pack first, I would love to see those pictures of your Christmas tree with all those little sample packs. I think it'll be colorful, it'll be fun, and it will intrigue people's interest. They'll be like, what is on your tree? What are all those colorful things, you know? And then it just is a conversation starter. So anyways, you said Christmas tree and that popped back into my mind. And
I love it. It's perfect, Naiva. You know, when my son was young, every year we would make a different kind of ornament and we would cover the tree in it. We would send some of the ornaments to loved ones and family. And then whoever came over or on his way to school, he would grab something off the tree to bring to his teacher, bring to a friend's house. And so that's so perfect, right? And then if people came to our house, when they came to our house for the holidays, they would get a tree, an ornament off the tree. And it became a tradition for our family. And it was a way to recycle things, repurpose things. But I love this idea. It kind of goes along with that. So Sierra, I see you have your hand up. I'd love for you to share with us. Let me see if I can get you to unmute.
Yeah,
Welcome.
Thanks, Michelle. Just excited to be here and listening to all the great ideas and reading them in the chat as well. The sample packs, I'm really excited to give them to my parents. They have been hesitant to try the products. And I think getting it as a gift under the tree this Christmas, it's gonna have a different feel to it than me talking to them about it or, you know, offering them a sample from my, you know, bag I bring with me. So I'm excited to give it as a gift to them and to other family members, and definitely at live events as well as giveaway options. You know, when I do live events and do chair massage, have people sign up for a free consultation, I can also have them sign up for a free sample pack. So I'm thrilled at all the different ways we can use it.
Perfect. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Sierra and Kim, for raising your voice. Anybody else have any tricks for the holidays? I know that we've done some stuff with cards. I keep the cards that we get and we'll either cut the backside off and we have construction paper and we'll just remake cards sometimes, or we'll just write on the back of it or cut them into gift tags. Is a great way to recycle some of those things. For smaller kids, you can take their handprint and trace them on all the cards from last year and then make a wreath out of all the handprints of all your kids with the Christmas cards. Those are quite beautiful. And there's some fun ornaments that you can make with that as well. Camille, I'm so glad that you raised your hand. Let's see if we can get you to unmute and hear your wisdom.
Hey, everybody. Happy holidays. One thing that I've always really loved doing, and I think it's an eco-friendly thing that we can just bring into the holidays, is to go to local thrift stores. And they always have boxes of vintage Christmas cards or blank cards. So that's a great way to give something that's meaningful and, you know, heart-centered, but it's not, you know, you're not clear cutting to give those. And then there's always so many neat vintage ornaments at thrift stores too, and you can save a lot of money, support, you know, those organizations that are doing something good for the community. So that's one thing that I'll be doing. And then always saving old gift bags and wrapping paper and just reusing it. Just that concept of, you know, reuse, reduce, recycle, and then passing along those ornaments too to like my grown kids, and kind of creating those memories of and the what do I want to say? I don't want to say rituals, but traditions, like creating traditions around decorating and sending out neat cards that are a little bit more unique than what you're going to just buy at the grocery store or the Hallmark store or whatever. So, and I love all the other ideas too that have been shared. So thanks.
I love that, Camille. Angelo, I was going to put you on the spot and have you come up and share. You have some great ideas in the comments. So anybody else have some tricks or tips? Shannon, wonderful. Hi, Shannon. Welcome to the call.
Hey there. Good to see you. One of the things I've seen people doing, which I think is really great, is for us, is that you can ask people to send you cards with recipes inside. And I think it would be great if we had Purium recipes or related to that, that people send you. When they send you a card, they send the recipe on the inside of the card and they physically mail it to you. So you get the old school card, and then that's something that you can put in a Rolodex, or whatever we're using these days, to have these wonderful things and share them on social media. How great would it be to have these cards that have your clients or friends sending you Purium recipes and how they love using their wonderful superfoods, and that we get to share that and enjoy each other's knowledge and food.
Wow, what a great idea. I mean, that is truly giving the gift of health, right? Instead of making the fruit loaves or whatever the Jell-O ring things even. I love that idea. And giving the recipes. And so what a way to carry on that tradition. All right, well, anybody else want to come up and share their voice? One more thing.
I'd love to join you. Also, I had a great idea with the gift wrapping that I think Shannon was sharing about. Was we get all this paper in our boxes. Luckily, we don't get as much anymore, but we still get that beautiful recycled paper in our boxes, right? And so one of our brand partners last month, she took the sponges and cut them into stars in different shapes and had her children use Can't Beat This, spirulina, and a couple other superfoods as dyes to make prints on those papers. And then you can use that as wrapping paper. So it's like a fun art project for the kids. You're using your superfoods. You can document it and take pictures or reels videos while you're doing it, and make some fun wrapping paper using the recycled material from our boxes, some of our superfoods, a sponge that you can cut into the shapes that you think will be fun for your kids, and make your own wrapping paper. That's a really great way to upcycle that. And the other thing I wanted to share real quick before I pass it back to you, Michelle, is, we are right in the middle of giveaway season. Right now it's Christmas. It's a great time to start hosting customer appreciation giveaways. That's what I'm doing right now. For the past week, I've been doing that in my customer group, where I just go in there. I'm having a weekly giveaway. It's creating more interaction. I'm getting my customers to go look at the things I want them to look at and do action steps I want them to do, and incentivizing those action steps. So you can really leverage these packs for your team, as well as going out there and creating events. You can also leverage it right from home, doing a virtual event on Zoom, or hosting a healthy happy hour and saying, hey, I'm going to give a lucky winner a sample pack of, it can even be that smallest sample pack with the Power Shake and the college, the dark berry. And you could say, hey, I'm inviting a bunch of friends over this, maybe next week sometime, and I'm going to be giving away these 2 items to a lucky winner. I hope that you join me, and maybe give them a couple ways that they can, get more entries. So maybe if they bring a friend, they get a second entry and their friend gets an entry. Or maybe if you have them, maybe they bring a couple of the things for the healthy happy hour. They bring the bag of apples or the bag of ice or something. That's always a way to make sure people show up. If they're committed by saying that they're going to bring something to the party, then they kind of feel like they have to show up. So there's all kinds of fun ways to kind of incentivize giving away these superfoods and really inspiring your team and your customers. And the same goes on the brand partner side with your team. You can really have some fun incentives for your team as well. So just wanted to throw that out there. Thanks, Michelle.
I love that. And I'm all about not buying the wrapping paper from the store, reusing, recycling what I can that's given to me, and then we always find ways to repurpose the paper around here. So it's a wonderful idea. And also, yes, of course, you know, you can incentivize your brand partners. You know, if you get all your Widen Your Reach in this month, you know, the most customer Widen Your Reach, you know, anything, you know, K Club bonus, like, you know, all of these things. And so it's just, we've really been empowered. Like the sky's the limit here, guys, with what we can do with this. So super exciting. And then, yeah, I'm looking in here, donation drive for the shelters. Whoever donates gets entered into a raffle to win a product. I love this. Like, right, this is everyday activism, you know, combined with the gift giving. And so how perfect is that for today, for our topic and for our everyday life here at the Million Mom Movement? Well, thank you everybody that shared, super valuable. If you're on this call live, please take a look in the comments because there has been so many other great suggestions as well. So let's move into call to action, Naeva. You ready to do that? Or, okay, wait 1 second. We're gonna wait 1 second.
Let's do our pledge. Do we have someone that wants to read the pledge today?
Yeah. So raise your hand if you would be so gracious as to read the pledge for our community today. Or I can pick someone at random. Kim, you're at the top of my you're at the top of my screen. Would you mind reading the pledge for us today? Naeva will pull it up for all of us. Whoops, I lost you. Where'd she go? There you are. Okay. Thanks, okay. Kim, for letting me put you on the spot.
Sure. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family. I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients. I pledge to read labels and educate myself on all aspects of clean living. I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations. I am committed to sharing this million movement of many. I am the Million Mom Movement.
Yes, you are. And we are the Million Mom Movement. And we are so thrilled that you're here with us today and that you join us on this mission that is so important to all of us and future generations. We really are the change makers. And if you look down in the comments, Naeva posted how to join the Million Mom Movement and the info. So keep spreading the word. You are all amazing. Okay, Naeva, would you like to do call to action?
Yes. So we have a call to action every week. And this week we want to highlight, let me see here. We are highlighting at the end of this list, the 2 Hy-Vees. So the 32 pinto beans from Hy-Vee that are 27 parts per billion. And then we have also organic garbanzo beans that are also only 17 parts per billion. But the alarming thing here is that this is a non-GMO and organic product. So what we want to highlight here is that when it has a non-GMO label, that doesn't mean it doesn't have glyphosate in it. And when it has an organic label, we want to think that it means it has no glyphosate, but it doesn't always mean this. Some organic things still are contaminated with glyphosate. So, you know, these are on the lower end. The safe level, what the FDA deems safe, is 10 parts per billion. So we're not in the hundreds or thousands anymore, but it's still alarming that it's showing up in some of our organic foods. So the call to action is, let me move this little window, is to go to Hy-Vee on Instagram, if you would please. And it didn't load here. Sorry. I didn't have time to go over there and do that. So if you'll please bear with me.
We could see it up there. Actually, it loaded.
It was the natural grocers from last.
Okay, got it.
last week. So excuse me, I didn't go to Instagram this morning and reset that page to the proper one, but our call to action is to go find the Hy-Vee page and go ahead and leave a comment on one of their most, recent comments. Sorry, I didn't do my homework this morning. It's early on Black Friday in Hawaii. So please bear with me, go to the Hy-Vee page and leave a comment. It's really just friendly activism where we just want to bring their awareness to this. We did share the same call to action with Natural Grocers last week, and we were really pleased by their response that they actually have the lowest amount of groceries on this list that contain glyphosate. So out of all the grocery stores that are listed on this list, Natural Grocers has the least amount of products that contain glyphosate. So we're happy to hear that from them, but we would like to ask them what they're doing to completely get this out of there. But we were happy to know that at least they are aware, they're working with the Detox Project to reduce glyphosate in their foods. And so that was really pleasing to hear. So we want to do the same thing with Hy-Vee. We want to bring their awareness to it. Hey, did you know that we're finding foods that have high parts per billion? And again, highlighting number 32 and 35 today. So it's pinto beans and then organic garbanzo beans. And I'll go ahead and share this link in the comments so everybody can have access to it. And I'll give it back to you, Michelle.
Thanks. Do you have a little blurb that you're putting in there, or you will be able to see it on the Hy-Vee Instagram page?
So I haven't actually went to Hy-Vee this morning to go and make a blurb or write anything out or to load the page onto my computer. So please excuse me for that. But yeah, let's just go to one of the most recent posts. They see the comments regardless. If we even all are on the same thread, the same person is reading the comments. I don't think that really matters. If you want to take it a step further and take a picture of your comment and post it in your stories, that is all. And then you can tag the Million Mom Movement so that we can share it and kind of just show people what you wrote. And if they give you a response, you can always screenshot that and share it with us again in your stories and tag us so we can share the response as well. And that way we can just continue to move this needle forward with our consumer activism. So thank you so much.
Yeah. And how important is that? I mean, they say that 10 parts per billion is deemed safe by the FDA, but really no amount is safe. And most of these companies and products are over. And so if 10 parts per billion is safe, but you're getting hundreds of or even thousands of parts per billion by all the food that you eat, it really is alarming. And it is the root of what is going on in our digestive tract and the root of disease. And so it's important, even at the lower levels, to really use our voice. And we're excited about the response from Nature's Grocers because they are working with the Glyphosate Project, and we're hoping to be able to have them as a guest and talk about what kind of work they're doing and why it's important to them and what they're doing to lead the industry. So I think that's everything for today. We can move into some questions and answers before I close it out, unless anybody from the council has anything to add. In this moment, we'll move into Q&A. So go ahead and raise your hand. We love to hear your voice. It's just a conversation between us. Anything lighting you up or that you have a question about? We covered a lot today. Okay, well, then with that, next week's topic, we are still working on right now, I believe. Naiva, correct me if I'm wrong. We're still working on next week's topic, but we'll have all of December's topics out by the, hopefully by the end of the weekend here, which would be great. And it's always going to be interesting, you know that. So please follow us on Instagram. All the links to the replays are in the link in our bio. We also have our YouTube channel where you can find all the lunch and learns and past replays on this topic and so many more. Also, please hashtag Million Mom Movement, hashtag I am the Million Mom Movement, hashtag we are the Million Mom Movement. So it gets reposted on our page. And Don't forget to invite friends to the link to the Million Mom Movement page. We love getting your tags and seeing the pictures of the kids and the families and your recipes and just mom life and superfoods and your home-based business stories, as well as your everyday activism around glyphosate and the things that are impacting the future of health. Reach back out to the person that invited you here. We would love to invite you to the official page. And join us every Friday for the health and wealth focused presentations that we offer. So ladies, Carmela, I know Taz is traveling. Carmela, I think you're traveling too. Naiva, thank you so much. Ladies, do you have anything to add before we hop off?
I just want to say thank you so much, Michelle, for your leadership. You led such a beautiful call today on giving the gift of health, and I loved everybody's shares. So thank you to everybody that hopped on and shared some of your tips and tricks for the sample packs and this gifting season. And so I just really appreciate our entire community. Thank you for being part of the Million Mom Movement. And thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks. You guys made it easy for me to show up fully. So I just appreciate everybody as well. Okay, take care.
See you all next week.
Thank you guys for everything you do. Happy Thanksgiving.